Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Speaking into the Abyss. I am Jess.
I am Des.
Hello, Des.
Hey, Jess.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I feel like I've been on and off cleaning today, pacing myself.
That's beautiful. I love that for you.
Yeah, not too tired, vibing. My partner did all our errand running while I cleaned.
Wow.
So
Shout out your partner.
Shout
Good job,
out.
Snaps.
Oh yeah. Because and that just helped. I cleaned this little room we're in now.
Yes, it's so beautiful.
Well, one area, most area is beautiful.
I don't see any issue with
That's
any
good.
area.
That's good. We got a candle burning.
Yeah, set in the mood. I think she's trying to seduce me, guys. And I think it's working.
Isn't that what a podcast host is like supposed to do? Seduce their other co-hosts.
Oh, I
every
didn't
day.
know. Okay.
I don't know. It feels
Okay.
like one of those things. It's a partnership. It's a tango. It's
Okay,
a dance. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Which, speaking of dance, well, I'll ask you how you're doing,
Okay, yeah.
and then
No, tell me and then you can ask me
Okay,
how
okay.
I'm doing after.
So, have you seen that dance trend on TikTok? It was from Dancing with the Stars, I think, but there's this like really strong girl, I think, and there's a guy, and she's like laying on the ground, and he's standing, and then he pulls her up with one leg. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
her
like-
one leg's up and one leg's on his
Yeah,
leg.
but she's laying down
Yeah,
or she's
she's-
pulling him?
She's laying on the ground,
Okay. Yeah.
like flat.
Mm-hmm.
One foot on the bottom foot on his foot, and one leg sticking up.
Okay.
And then he grabs the leg sticking up and pulls her all the way up into like this bend or whatever. I don't know. It sounds a little
Okay.
complicated. You probably find it on TikTok.
Okay.
But it looks fun, and a lot of couples and friends are trying
And
it.
do you want us to try it?
I would love to try it.
Okay,
with
let's
you.
fucking do it.
I don't know if we could do because I feel like whoever's on the floor needs to have a lot of core strength, and that's something I definitely don't have. And whoever needs to be pulling,
I got
has
the
to be
arms right
strong.
here.
Like, oh snap! Oh snap! Her
Those
guns
are
are
flex.
huge.
Yeah, I have a big arm wrestling match in
Oh, she's
next
been
month.
training. That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that. But okay, so anyway, how have you
Sorry
been
for
doing?
distracting you. You're just looking
I
at
was
my
just
muscles.
staring. Yeah, it's like whoa.
My day has been good. I was really, really exhausted today.
Mm-hmm.
After work, one of our coworkers is moving shifts, so we went to go celebrate them
Mhm.
leaving and went to a little bar and hung out. And we were there till like 7 or something.
Mm.
And then I was like, all right, I gotta go. And then got home around almost 9, I want to say, because then we kept talking, of course, instead of leaving when we said
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
leaving.
sure.
And then I was like, okay, it's garbage day, gotta take out the trash. And then I was like, okay, get the recycling out. And I was like, feed the babies, and did a little cleaning. And I was like, oh gosh, it's like I have to be up at 10. I was like, okay, it's 9.
That's crazy.
Something. And then I was on the phone with Jenny because I
Of
woke her up,
course.
and she was
The
she
secret
was
third host.
when I woke her up, she was like, she just had a month in at her job, and she's like, hello. And I was like, I said, oh my god, did I wake you up? And she's like, no, these other people did from her job that
yeah.
were calling. And I was like, how long were you there? She was at work till 3 a.m, and she's usually off at like 4 the latest, or 5.
No.
And so she's like, I got home at 3, and I was like, oh, I'm like, sorry.
That's
She's like,
incredibly long time.
that's what happens when you're the big boss.
That's so true. That is so
And
true.
then I was like, okay, I gotta let you go. I'm gonna try to sleep. And then I did lay down finally, and I was just and getting up was so hard. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, gotta do this. Gotta go to work. Gotta go to work. Went to work.
You're so strong, girl.
Went to work. I was just like looking like sleepy all day. I was like, they're like, you look tired. I'm like, I'm so exhausted, guys. All this overtime at work now that it's peak season.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's
Mental
crazy.
fortitude is
Yeah,
going hard.
Yeah. So, but I mean, my day was chill. Can't complain. Then, came over here, hung out with you.
Cut my hair a little bit.
Yeah. And went and gave a friend a jump. And yeah, doing good deeds out here.
Is your friend okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like in a good spot to be broken down in,
Yeah,
or was
yeah.
it like off on the
They
road?
went back to their car parked in a parking lot, and it was and luckily the spot in front of them was open, so I just pulled
Oh,
them in.
nice!
It was
That's
perfect,
perfect
yeah.
timing. Yeah.
It was they were like, I was so worried, I didn't know what I was gonna do. And I was like, yeah. I was like, well,
There
I
you
was
are.
like- yeah. And then I just reiterated that, like, as a friend, you can hit me up whenever because, like, people think I'm kidding, guys. I'll go help you. I'm usually up. I'm on that graveyard schedule, you know?
Mhm.
And yeah, if you need a jump or need a friend to talk to, you could hit me up. If I'm at work, I have to respond to you on my breaks, but
Mhm.
yeah, so
And she might not be able to leave work.
yeah, depending on how my points are set up at the time.
And what time it is you called or texted.
Yeah. But if I can't help you, I'll definitely have my people help you.
So there's some type of connection
Yeah.
out there.
I got you though. I got you. For my friends.
I know there's like some random listeners like, oh, okay. They write in. They're like, can you fly out to wherever? That'd be so funny. I need to jump.
I'm like, I'll be there. Can you buy my ticket there?
That's funny. That's so
But
funny.
yeah. But yeah, so my day has been pretty chill. I took a little nap, little nap, like an hour and a half before I came over here. So that was nice to get a little bit of rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, still pretty tired. I feel like it's been very exhausted the last few weeks. And I feel like that's probably not going to change for the next few weeks. So,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Yep. I mean, as always, admiration to you for doing it on the daily, every day. It's such a grind, and you're there every day. Good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Clap for her. Clap! I
Thanks, guys.
said.
Thanks, guys. I'm bowing.
That's so funny. I did get a gargoyle. Oh wait, that's not what I meant to say. I meant to say I got my Mothman bear from Build-A-Bear, but I'm surrounded by all my mythical creatures from Build-A-Bear, so I got a little distracted. But here's Mothman in my hands now. Jessica's looking at him.
He's so cute.
He's got big red eyes,
Cute
and
antennas, cute
yeah,
wings.
cute antennas. He's got this little gray, so
Oh,
cute.
cute. I didn't even notice that
His
earlier.
little nails. Very cute. He's definitely one of my favorite bears I've ever gotten.
Yes.
I always love like the bears that come around on like near Halloween and stuff. I mean,
Yes.
Mothman was special because he didn't come out during Halloween. He came out even before that. But
Mhm.
I'm glad to finally have gotten him because I
Yeah,
missed
I know. He was hard to get.
super hard. Every time they drop him, he sells out so
Yeah.
fast because he's so cute.
He is the cutest.
and people love Mothman.
Yeah.
People go
It-
wild for
People
Mothman.
literally want to fuck Mothman.
It's wild.
yeah.
I mean, this Mothman looks like a little baby.
Yeah,
so.
this was not the fuckable one.
Not the fuckable one by Build a
Yeah.
Bear, but the cute one by Build a Bear.
Yeah, that's a different website.
That's so funny. The other website has an age verification on it.
Yeah. On the And That's Why We Drink podcast, they had an episode probably like a few years ago now, and it's a fanfic write-in.
Okay.
And someone like made like love poems about Mothman or like their favorite
nice.
cryptids. They're
I
pretty
love
good.
that.
They're funny.
I really want to get Build a Bear also has a Loch Ness monster bear.
Cute.
And I really want to get that one. It's called Nessie, I think. It's super,
Oh,
super
cute.
cute.
Yeah.
I love all the mythical creatures. And yeah, I'm obsessed with Build a Bear, so it's just adding to my collection. I keep saying no more, but every time there's a new mythical,
Yeah,
if it,
so who's
especially if it
this-
has wings.
Who's this little guy?
This one right here?
Mm-hmm.
This is my gargoyle, and
He's
he
cute.
has wings as well, but his are not detachable like Mothman.
Yeah, he was born with them.
And he has little horns,
Cute.
and he's these like little.
Did you ever watch
eye
that
things.
Gargoyle show? growing
Yes, the
up?
cartoon.
Yes.
There was also this movie that had to do with gargoyles. I don't think it was based on the cartoon, but I could be completely wrong. But it was like this. I remember the only scene I remember is there's this woman, and then she's like in one of those New York like houses that I told you I like, where it's just open floor
Yeah, yeah.
completely. And this guy's in there, and then he turns into a gargoyle, and it turns out
dang.
he was a gargoyle the whole time.
Oh, okay.
But
I was
yeah,
like,
it's like
he
his
just
disguise.
turned into the
He just
gargoyle.
That's so
He's like,
funny.
"Ugh."
And there's this little tail, my little tail.
Cute.
Yeah, I have my Hello Kitty ones as well here, and then
Yes.
I have Cyclops. I have a Cyclops bear who
He's cute. He's giving Mike
nails.
Wazowski.
It's super cute green eye
Yeah.
with a lid. You can peel
Yes.
it open and look at his whole eye.
He looks so angry when his lid's down.
Yeah, he does. He's super cute. He's got little monster teeth.
Yes, cute,
Love
cute,
that one. I got my zombie Pomperin.
cute.
Not out and around is my other zombie bear, frog, mini frog. I have so many. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I have
It's okay.
creatures. I have like other animals like sloths.
Yeah.
I got Gengar.
Yeah, cute, cute.
All from Build-A-Bear. All from Build-A-Bear. And I have like a net that I put them in usually.
Yes.
But when we moved, I just never put the net up. And my bears have been sitting in a bucket, except
That's
for
okay.
these ones,
Yeah.
for a while. So, but my sloth that you can see kind of poking out, he smells like coffee.
Okay.
And I like that a lot.
Okay.
It's
Is that like a
nice.
coffee scent in him?
Yeah.
Nice. I know. I always forget that
Online
our
exclusive.
axolotls are like
Have a scent.
a scent, and like sometimes I'll cuddle with it and I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Mm.
cotton candy.
Yeah, I love when you like lay right on
Yeah.
the
was like,
scent patch.
What is that? So good.
And then I hear like if it does run out of smell or
You can switch
whatever,
it?
they'll switch it out for you.
That is amazing.
I don't know if that's true. I've never done it, but I hear it's true. And if it's true, that's awesome.
I mean, they'll probably just charge you for it if not.
if not,
yeah.
yeah, and they'll just put it in for you. I mean,
Yeah.
also because if your bears ever rip too or like start opening back
They'll
up,
stitch 'em
they'll
back.
stitch it for free.
That's
for you.
awesome.
Yeah. Yep. And then I have like all, because I keep the tags on the ones I haven't taken in yet. Because, you know, they give you those little
Yes.
birth certificates. I call them birth certificates.
That is hilarious, actually.
And I keep them all in a folder. And
cute.
yeah, I like giving them
Yeah.
all funny names.
I think I only have 2 Build-A-Bears.
The both, like the one you got, the axolotl, and the one I gave you.
No, wait, that's okay. Those 2, and then I have one from when I was a kid. Yes, and I believe it's at home in my storage. It's just a little bear. I'll have to take it out next
Yeah.
time.
What does it look like?
I honestly have not seen it in a while. I can't remember if it's a girl or a boy. I think it's a girl.
But like color, you don't know.
I just haven't had it on
okay,
so long.
yeah.
It's in this little. You remember like how comforters come in the little like sack thingy,
Yeah.
like the zip up thing. So it's in there. It's my teddy bear Leo that I've had since I was a kid,
Aw.
and my first American baby doll.
Oh, what?
And so she's in there too.
nice.
I'll bust it out, and then my Barney's in there,
Ooh.
and my little glowworm. Bless you, bless you.
Thank you. Sorry, that was horrible. Little glowworm, dude.
Yeah.
Throwback. I remember having a
Yes,
little
yes.
glowworm. I think I had 2 glowworms,
Nice,
a boy and a
nice.
girl glowworm. And then they had like a special nightlight glowworm that was like
Yes,
a
yeah.
little nightcap. That's
Yes.
so cute.
Yeah, I had one, yeah.
How sweet. I know we were actually the other day. That reminds me. I asked you if you remember Doodle Bears.
Yeah, I love my doodle bear. My
loved
doodle bear's in there.
Dude, I wish
I
I,
have a
had
purple
all
doodle
my
bear.
shit from
Oh.
when I was a kid because I had a doodle bear. I had a purple doodle bear as
Nice,
well with like
nice.
pink pants or
Yes,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, classic. And then, I mean, at the time, I feel like there was only a couple colors you
Yeah,
could
I think
choose
there was
from.
3, right?
Yeah. And like, I mean, it's cool, but it's cool to think about like all the cool toys we had, honestly. I mean, that might be why part of like my childhood is like, I get all these bears now because when I was younger, I also had like a Build-A-Bear and it was like, I named it after my dad because I was
Cute.
like, yeah, this is like my dad and I'll bring him to school with me. and he was like a dark brown long haired bear, but like one of the classic bears you can get from Build-A-Bear,
Yeah.
which is like now like one of those basic bears.
Yeah, just the
But
common ones.
I don't even think they sell it anymore.
Yeah.
And then I remember my brother had one that I ended up taking care of because I lost mine.
Okay.
And it was a curly haired kind of like a cream colored bear.
Okay.
And it was really dense, but it was also a Build-A-Bear. And I was like, and so maybe because of that, I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to get all the Build-A-Bears.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
making up for the one I lost.
You're trying to fill a void in your soul.
Yeah. See, aren't they nice to have just hold? I love Build-A-Bears.
Yeah, I love stuff.
I mean, I love stuffed animals in general, but
I just can't have them out at my house because then my dogs think they're their toys.
dude, these two, I don't know how they just know. Maybe they can sense my love for
Yeah.
them, but they like won't touch them unless I like wiggle it in their face. Then they try to like
Yeah.
like nibble at it. But I think it's them
Yeah.
testing the waters.
They're like, is this one for me?
But they're pretty good about not playing. They know their own toys because they have a toy basket. They're like, if it doesn't come from there, maybe we can't play with it. Huh? Look at her. The face of knowing.
Okay.
The face of knowledge.
Dude, I was thinking about how last episode, last episode, we're gonna post a picture of me, you, and our other friend who gave consent, Adriana, to
Yes.
be posted from our night out.
Uh-huh.
And we didn't do that.
We didn't? I thought we did.
Did you post it?
No, I thought you posted it.
No, I did not post it.
Oh, well, I thought you did this whole time.
No. Well,
that's what
you
happens when
didn't
you
like
think.
it or share it if you thought.
Well, let me just say, I've told you before, I already struggle. I feel
know.
like every time
It's-
I click on our a notification from our pages, it just sends me to be the page.
Yeah.
It doesn't let me react or anything.
Yeah.
I have to like seriously go out of my way and like find all these and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
get there. And it's
Yeah, yeah,
annoying
yeah.
a little bit,
You
but
know, yeah. Like, it's been a really busy week. And then I was like, oh, we should post that picture of like you, me, and Jenny out that was on my page
yeah.
for that episode.
That
or
was really
something.
cute.
And then I also haven't posted it. So maybe I'll do a double post. I'll be like, hey, check out
Separate, yeah, but
last week's episode and check out this episode.
yeah.
And we got a fresh one coming on Wednesday.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think that people would love to see our friends' cute faces.
Yeah.
I hope they're not tired of seeing our faces yet because I haven't really seen them that much. Which, you know, when are we gonna start doing video? Never
No, not never. Soon
ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't hold it against us. We're just girlies.
We just girls. We're very busy.
Yes. One of us particularly is super, super busy all the time, and the other one is mostly sleeping all the time. So
Busy.
So yeah. Maybe one day you'll see our pretty faces every time you hear our voices.
Yeah.
But until then, you have to enjoy this.
Yeah. Well, and then the people that listen anyways listen to podcasts over YouTube videos mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Because when I watch like podcasts on YouTube, I'm not ever watching. It's on in the background. Yeah.
I feel like that's for me because I do that when I'm like, but I honestly do only do it to episodes I've already listened to.
Oh, okay.
I don't really listen to new episodes or an episode I haven't listened to
Even though
and
they're
not
just talking
and just like leave it on in the background. No, because I'm usually cleaning and stuff. It's kind of hard to hear when I'm moving around and like scrubbing and
okay.
like bending and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
just turn it up all the way.
yeah, I don't know because I'll put on my Netflix shows and stuff and like I'll have full blast on my iPad and I can't hear when I'm cleaning, like especially running water. You know, I don't know.
Well, that's why
Sometimes
you
it's
put
just
in
weird.
your little headphone.
Yeah, I guess I could. I just don't be doing that.
Yeah.
I don't be doing that, but I do like to do that. But like for instance, Take Your Shoes Off the podcast. It's so funny to listen to, but you can tell like there's some physical gags going on sometimes, or like some editing. I love it. I love the physical gag.
Better than yours.
Mine is
No,
hilarious.
yours is good.
But yeah, so there's like physical gags and stuff, or you can tell he edited something. Like there will be a noise that's like not a real noise or something, and I'll watch the YouTube videos because I know that I know I'm going to be watching it because I need to see what
What it was.
the
yeah.
joke was.
The only time I ever pull up videos, like when I'm listening to Johnny and Junior's podcast, and they're like, "You gotta see this." I'm like, "Do I?"
and then you're like, let me check it out.
I was like,
Yeah. Rick's always cracks me up with his, because usually like, and this might not be funny to some people, but I think it's pretty funny. He has this like mascot for his podcast is a little goblin.
Yes.
And he's very cute, but sometimes like with his guests he'll have the goblin who's very small like be flying next to their face or something and then like pee on them or like it'll fart or poop on them, you know. It's very funny. It's very funny to see a little green goblin do that.
Do they sign waivers?
It's so funny because sometimes he'll be like, wait, what's that on your eye right there? And they're like, what? And they like rub their eye and the goblin's like peeing on their eye. I'm telling you, hilarious. Yeah, it's pretty funny. You know, I've been seeing more of that because I don't watch the shows, but you know, I watch my shows through people watching them through YouTube. And I've been a little bit seeing more of that My Husband's Not Gay or whatever it's called.
God, yeah.
And it's really it's so wild and hard to understand for me.
Yeah. And it's literally.
But I guess I do.
I thought it was like a series. It's literally one long episode, like an hour episode, and it's
then
off
I
of
never
like
talked to them again.
It's like a it's like a TLC, and then because they try to look it up, and you have to buy the one episode because it's the only one, so it's like an hour.
And they're Mormons, right? I think they're Mormons.
Yeah,
which is going along with the Mormon craze.
They're suffering from
same sex
SSA.
Yeah, same-sex attraction. And the way that they think about it is that I guess they can't help it, but because they're not choosing to be like interested in the same sex, then they are therefore not sinning. But if they were to choose to, because they believe being gay is a choice, then they would be falling victim to sin or whatever. Yeah. And there's like one guy who says that one time he had a sleepover and it got really crazy or something. Know. But they don't go into detail about like what that meant. I don't think.
Yeah. Okay, so growing up, this is rated R, guys. Not really, but growing up, my guy friends would tell me, like, we'd be hanging out, and they're like, what else do you think we do at sleepovers? You gotta find out somehow. And I was like,
wait, they were touching or like what?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Oh, what do you mean?
Why was they gonna be like, oh, you're sucking him off? Like, no.
You could have said, what does that mean? And they would have told you.
It was either making out or touch something.
Well, what age is this?
High school.
Freshman? Or mid or later?
I don't know. I didn't clarify.
Well, how old are you? I mean,
I was in high school. We were all in high school.
But like early or late high school?
I think in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like sophomore, junior. Somewhere in there.
Yeah. I thought you were asking me as a can't pinpoint it.
No, not like a but yeah. Okay.
And then, so like sometimes I'll tell like people, I'm like, oh, so, and they're like, no. And I was like, well, I have friends who said they did. Like, so.
Well, I think it's funny because I don't believe it is necessary to know, like experimenting is necessary to know what you do like or not like. I feel like that is something you just know in your groins or whatever. Like it just pops out at you, if you will. It throbs, if you will, or whatever. But like, I appreciate the will to try, even if you don't know. Like if you're like, I don't think I am, but I'll do it just cause I want to see if I am. Good for you.
I feel like that's a lot of things. You're like, I don't know.
I mean, usually sexual attraction is usually just in your genetic or like what you just feel it. I don't know, when you're ready to start feeling things, you just start feeling things. Because I remember
what if they don't feel anything, and that's why they need to figure out what's going on.
I guess so. I mean, I hope they don't think it as something going on, but maybe just like more about who they. I don't know why. Because for me, like I guess I have always liked girls, but I wasn't out until like way later in my life for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
And
I
remember being in my freshman year and a girl offering to kiss me. And I was like, oh my God. Like in my head, I remember freaking out because I was like, what if I act like I like it too much? Like, what if she knows immediately that I'm already into girls?
You're like, I was disgusting.
So she's like, yeah, let's go to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. So I go to the bathroom and then she gives me a little kiss. And then it's like more than a little kiss.
What's more?
And then I ran out the bathroom because I was so fucking nervous. And like, I remember, I'm feeling it right now. My face is getting really hot. But it was just one of those things because she was like one of my friends. And I thought she was really pretty, but it was one of those things where she's my friend. Mm-hmm. So it felt weird and wrong at the same time that I liked that she was giving me a kiss or whatever. And then I wasn't out. And so it was one of those things.
Was it? What if that was her trying to let you know
she was out? She was out. Okay. So she could have maybe wanted, but I wasn't out. And I wasn't letting anybody know I was.
She was trying to turn you. She's like, I got you.
She's like, I can tell. She's like, I can see it in your eyes, you know? But I don't know. So I feel like I knew, and even after that I knew, but I never acted.
Okay. How do you feel about doing something that's just for fun, even if you're like not like, what if you're just making out with the girl, but there's nothing there? It's just like fun to make out with the girl.
Well, I don't know if it would be fun for me then.
Okay.
You know, for me, I feel like the fun in it is the attraction or whatever.
Okay.
Because why would I want to make out with anyone? That feels like work if I don't want
No, what if,
to.
but what if you guys are both just vibing and you guys just making out for fun, but it's just fun, just hanging out,
Wait, what do you mean?
just.
Well, I don't understand how that's any different than being attracted to them.
But you're not attracted to each other, I guess.
Then why would we be randomly making out?
Maybe you guys are drunk. Maybe you guys are having a funny time.
You ha ha ha! And you start making out with people when you're drunk, Jess. What?
We're not gonna
I'm
talk about what I
revealing
do.
things.
We're not gonna talk about what I do when I'm
Is that
drunk.
what happened the other night? And just you were like, I took a shot, and then I was like, oh, what? She's making out with people. I'm just kidding. I'm just
No.
kidding.
No, because like I was gonna say,
I mean, that's technically what that was, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, I don't know. It's because I was gonna say I know a lot of girls that'll like make out with girls just for fun, not like because they're attractive. They
Like
just do
straight
it.
women.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that. We've talked about it in the past before, but I think that you can title yourself whatever you want and be comfortable in whatever you want, but I think it's also like important to be honest. And I think that it's I don't want to get too deep or anything like that, so we'll talk about it real quick, but like I think that straight women who are knowing, like they know they're straight and they don't think they'd ever give a woman a chance and they whatever. I think it's weird to like put out this weird facade or like flirtatious energy towards women you know are
Okay.
not straight because it's
you're okay if it's only
queer
straight on
baiting.
straight.
Queer baiting. No, because then that makes me question like, but why though?
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's I guess I don't know because like I can't even imagine myself ever making out with somebody that there isn't an attraction about because like why would I don't know, that
Okay,
doesn't make
so
sense.
what if you just think they're pretty, but that's it? Like, yeah, you're cute. I'll make out with you.
yeah, that's an attraction. I feel like
Okay, so you're okay with that, even if they're
I
straight.
guess. Well, I don't know if you're straight then, but if you're calling yourself straight, that's what you want to call yourself. I just think that if you're kissing girls and you're a girl, that's not straight. Technically that's not straight, but you're going to call yourself whatever you want. And that's why I do think titles are not necessary. I don't think that you need to say if you're gay or bi or straight or pan, whatever you want to call yourself or not call yourself is all totally normal and totally fine. But I think that if two straight besties want to make out, that's between two besties. You know what I mean? That's two besties. But I think that if you have queer friends, maybe and you're straight, don't because you don't know
Sorry,
what.
Des, I can't make out with you.
Exactly, because I guess because you don't know what they might feel afterwards.
Oh, like if like you kiss them and then they're like in love with you,
or just like, wow, now I'm confused about our friendship because like I do like women and I do like you, and that made me feel something. And now like I said about that girl, it's like I kissed her and then I was like, this feels weird because like I do like it, but also like you're my friend, and I don't know, and I'm not out yet, so it was one of those like I'm straight and I'm supposed to not like this.
yeah.
So I don't know, but everyone kiss who you want.
Yes.
Everyone else kiss who you want.
With consent.
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
This is where you're okay.
I'm like, straight or not, just no consent. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. No, seriously, obviously with consent.
Yeah.
Everything with consent. And
Consent and conversation.
yes, because I was gonna say also like some people. I feel like I've had this question. How do you feel about people who are like, we're both drunk? Do you think that's because some people say when you're drunk you can't consent, but if you're both drunk, how do you feel?
How drunk? Because I feel like if you're a little tipsy and you guys are both vibing,
Still aware. Still, yeah.
But if you get and then I guess if you guys are both fucked up to where you don't remember it, but you guys still want each other, and like if they're both clearly the equal drunk, I don't know, why not?
But how do you tell what's equal drunk?
I don't know. Well, I'm assuming it's just them two, or is this like me on an outsider perspective? Like, am I watching them?
Yeah, you're a voyeur.
I mean, like, are we at the club?
You're in the chair in the hotel, the extra chair.
With the popcorn. I was like, I'll be like, are we gonna watch the movie soon?
I got extra butter and just kind of sitting here.
It's getting a little soggy.
That's funny. No, but yeah. So I guess as an outside perspective, is there?
So we're at the club and I see two of my friends, or just
Yeah,
two random?
two, or one of them's your friend.
Okay. Okay, I guess it boils down to like, do they like this person? Have they hooked up before?
They haven't hooked up before.
Okay.
They just met them at the bar, but they're
Okay.
clearly feeling each other at the bar, but they're both drunk.
Okay. I would probably just babysit them until they're a little bit more sober, and then be like,
Bang away.
give you guys a ride home. Wink.
Okay. But do you agree, like, if you're drunk, you can't give consent? If one person is completely sober and the other one's tipsy, do you think that's still okay?
I guess not.
In the sight of like, or do you think
Unless I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get drunk, and later you take advantage of me,
like it's
and-
conversation?
Yes, yeah, like it's okay. And hey, by the way, he's taking me home, guys. Like,
Yeah.
Everyone knows, so it's not like, oh,
Whoa,
this guy's trying to
weird.
take her
Yeah.
home. Yeah.
I will say, I guess, like, you know how like some people will be like, I get a little drink in me and I get a little freaky or whatever.
Yeah, I've heard of those people.
I feel that. I feel like, but because like I have a partner or whatever, it's so much easier to be like, well, I'm gonna get a little drunk, you know, and then you don't have to say the rest. It's like I already am gonna act like a fool all over you.
He's like, I'm gonna take a sip of this.
So don't be surprised.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
That's kind of why I stopped drinking. I get a little spicy when I drink.
Yeah. It'd be that way.
It'd be that way. He's just throwing it back on everyone.
It'd be that way. You be feeling the beat. Eh? Exactly. I don't know. Does that go for everything? Like all substances as well? If one person's not partaking, is it immoral to have intercourse?
I guess it depends what substance, because I know like some stuff makes you feel different things type vibes. So I guess it depends on what. But yeah, I don't think people should be hooking up unless they're both consenting anyways. And definitely if one's super sober and one's not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like it's like if you're smoking weed and someone's sober, I think that's okay.
I'm just kidding. My jaw was
Because,
dropped.
like-
I'm like, no. Just
Because
kidding.
like how high are you? You're not like
Right. Yeah. Whatever that one was.
I pretended to be passed out, guys.
Oh, passed out. I thought you were like frozen. I was like, yeah, okay. Like you're stuck. You're so high,
Okay,
you're
if you're
stuck.
frozen, then yeah, that's not okay. You're just like,
Yeah. Quick lesson in quick lesson in consent, y'all.
no means no.
No means no every time. If they can't say no, they're not in the mind to say yes either.
Yeah.
That's the classic one too. I remember in like Reno, I remember there was like a time where this one girl had gotten assaulted by some guy. She said she was drunk and like da. And he said that he was also drunk, but I don't know. And I don't know the details, but I remember her blasting his face all over social media.
Dang, yeah.
And I mean, I always just hope no one would lie about something like that. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta give the
You
benefit
never
of the
know,
doubt, though.
dude. You never know.
I don't know. I for me personally, mine is I'm always on the victim side until proven
Yeah.
otherwise, because it's really hard to prove that you are or have been assaulted as well. And I mean, we know people who have done that and like,
Yeah.
let's fuck them. Not assaults, but have been assaulted.
Yeah.
You know, but at least I haven't had any. Have you ever had any friends that have been like alleged assaulters or anything like
No.
that? I've never. But I've had friends who have had friends who are, and like it's
Me
knowing, and it's like,
too.
what the fuck?
Me too. And like, I'm very big on like how I carry my people. So I'm just like, that I'm thinking of one person in particular, like, that this guy
Uh-huh.
paid this underage, like by a year, 17 type deal.
Uh-huh.
And was like, I guess getting them party stuff
Mhm.
and like abusing them, but like was giving them stuff and like
Before.
they had like a deal. No, like that was kind of like their deal. And then they were like not getting enough. So then it kind of got flipped. But then I'm like, the fact that you know that person would even do something like that, and then you still want to be their friend, or like, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm like, I see that person, I'm like, not saying hi. I'm not,
Well, because I feel like it's one of those, it's like when people who are like, I'm not in a gang, but they only hang out with gang members. It's like, well, you're affiliated. So at least you can still be arrested for affiliation. So it's the same thing to me. It's like, if you can kick it with someone like that or be in
and then
chill
it's like,
with
so
that.
you're okay, like when the fucking, like when your homies dating like teenagers.
Yeah. And you're not saying anything.
I remember in middle school, one of my best friends, we were in 7th grade. She was dating this guy in jail that was like 30 something.
Boo! What?
Yeah.
Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato. That's horrible. Fuck that guy.
And it was his name. Hold on, I'm gonna pause. But yeah, and like it'd always be like on her binder, free blank. I love blank.
How did she even meet this person?
How
do you even meet someone like that?
I don't know.
Like as a kid,
maybe
as a young person.
Through the scene here. I'm not sure. I never asked.
No way that guy was part of the scene.
I'm guessing.
That's his name, and he was like part of the scene. That's hilarious.
What I'm saying. Reno got some fake gangsters, which like that, I mean, as far as like what a OG is like supposed to be, these kids are like, oh yeah, like I'm tagging up my little gang sign.
Yeah. I'm tagging my neighborhood, which is like making it look like shit and like not respecting anybody's property.
Yeah.
Which is like really crazy. I feel like, I mean, obviously, not to like glamorize gang lifestyles or anything like that, but they used to be super different, I feel like, than now. And I feel like, although there has been like a ton of violence throughout the years and stuff, with rivalries or whatever, I don't feel like it used to be, at least from what I understand, not like I have firsthand, but from what I understand, it used to be a lot of like giving back to their own communities and like trying to keep the areas for them and their family and their friends safe from anything else, including cops. Like, that's what it was about, policing the police, you know? And now it's like kids shooting each other at school, and that's fucked. Like, I mean,
and you don't even have to be a gangster to do that.
No, but they think they are, and that's the craziest part. And it's like everyone can just claim something nowadays. It's like there is nothing stopping anybody from saying that they are or are not, and keep being affiliated with people who are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that was confusing, but like I used to live near high school, and I told you I was like, literally like before or like right after I left my house one day, there was a shooting at, like, some kids were just shooting at each other. For what? I don't know. All the kids look the fucking same nowadays. I don't know how they even tell that they're shooting the right person, I don't know, but it's the fact that there's no care either. They're just shooting. Like, you could have shot someone else. You could have shot a grandma in the Denny's over there, like, you don't know, and they don't care. And that's the problem with these fucking kids having guns. And I don't know how they're getting them. I don't know how kids get guns, but I remember when you used to be able to go into a Walmart, and as long as you were 18, you can get a fucking rifle and a shotgun from the fucking little gun counter.
Yeah.
And take it home.
Usually just take their parents that are not put away properly. Usually. You could probably meet some sketchy person.
I mean, if people can meet people like in prison and be pen pals with them, then I can see these young kids also knowing adults who are just giving them these things.
Yes.
And that's also, we don't have a lot of leaders anymore.
I remember in high school, I helped my friend buy a gun.
Well, it's easy to buy a gun. Here.
A handgun, because we're not allowed to get them, because I was only 18 and she was 17, but she wanted one to go shooting. And we went to a gun show, and there was a dude standing outside the gun show.
I tell people all the time about that.
And he's like, "You're 18, right?" And then he checked my ID. He's like, "Okay." Yeah, and that was it.
Yeah, I told who was I telling? Whenever I meet people who like don't live or haven't been to Nevada really, and they wonder about our gun laws, I'm like, well, first off, because I was like, don't you have to get it registered? No. And that means you can go to these gun shows they have multiple times throughout the year, and you could just not get a background check either, and just get a fucking gun from anybody.
Yeah,
because somebody will sell it to you. And it's funny because like I remember seeing this video of somebody trying to prove that it was wrong or whatever, and so they like go in but it felt so set up. Like you got a fucking camera. They know they're gonna have to be like, oh, can I see your ID? Can I do? I gotta do the background check. You have to wait 24 hours till I give you your gun now.
And then he's like,
most people do not do that. And like if you walk in, I don't want to say like certain gun stores, but certain stores or like thrift stores that sell guns, sometimes they don't do that either. They don't be doing their background checks. They don't be holding it for 24 hours.
Yeah.
They just fucking will sell it to you at the back door or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part because it does not have to be registered.
yeah.
So you just get a gun and you're safe to go about your business in Nevada or whatever. I mean, there's still obviously they want you to like get your concealed carry licenses and stuff, but that doesn't mean people are doing that.
Yeah.
You just hope you don't get caught, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been through the process of like getting a gun. Not that I own a gun, but I've been through the process of owning a gun, and it's like the legitimate way.
Yeah.
And it makes sense if you're doing it legitimately.
Yeah.
But some people aren't doing it legitimately, and also you just lie. And if you've never been like taking yourself to a fucking mental health facility or forced to go to a mental health facility, like, and you are literally off your rocker, it doesn't matter because like it's not on the records anywhere, so you can get a gun too.
Yeah.
And that's the flaws in our system. Would you own a gun?
I don't know.
Would you want a big old shotgun, or you want a little pew 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 little pea shooter gun?
Probably a shotgun.
One you can keep in your boot. Keep it strapped.
No, I think a shotgun would be cool.
Yeah.
I used to my grandpa's shotgun in Mexico was always really nice. It was a really nice shotgun.
Remember when we went shooting?
Beautiful. Yes. Oh my god. Yes, I do. That's crazy.
I always think about that because I have a video on my phone of you shooting, and you're like this in the stance. You're like, it's so cute.
And I'm always back and forth, like safety wise and stuff. My siblings come over a lot, and you know, like
you get
you
like
said,
a case or something
How
to
do
lock.
kids? Yeah. How do kids get guns? Like, but yeah, maybe get something. I don't know.
Well, yeah, never telling anybody to get one or forcing anything on anybody. But I just sometimes wonder.
I'm scared.
I have a gun to your head. Get a gun.
America.
Right? That's so funny. I was gonna say, I just always am curious, like, what people think about like owning guns, if they'd ever own a gun. Because I know there's some people who are like, yeah, I believe everyone should own a gun, but they don't own any guns. And then like, or some people are like, no, I don't think anyone should have guns.
Yeah,
or guns are bad.
Yeah, sometimes I think no one should own guns, and that'd be great. But then they're like, oh, then only the government has guns type deal, and that's scary.
Yeah, they say that, and they also like can't take my weapons, and they're like stockpiling ammunition and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know about. I hate both extremes. Like both extremes are so scary. I don't know
I know.
why.
That's why I'm like,
yeah, it's like maybe I don't know.
that's it. My weapons, all my guns are in COD.
I'm gonna start learning how to use nunchucks.
Yeah, I'm like, get my katana. I'm like, I've been prepping for this.
You're instead of a gun, and you're like in your room. You're like, I have a sword. Leave now, or I will use the sword on you.
The last guy, he's in the backyard, 6 feet under.
I think they say that like if you own a gun though, your chances of like getting in a shooting are like higher. Like if somebody breaks into your house and you don't own a gun, your chances of getting shot or hurt are like lessened. But if you have a gun, your chances are heightened.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I just be saying stuff sometimes, but that's what I remember saying.
Yeah, this is an opinion-based podcast.
I've never said.
Factual.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We've never said on the record.
We've never said for a fact ever.
We be checking resources. So if anything's wrong, check our resources, and that's them.
Yeah. And yeah, if we don't check resources, I mean, don't be
It's just
listening.
opinions.
Yeah, don't be listening to us for facts. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
we are not-
Always do your own
this
research.
is not an educational podcast.
But speaking of that, have you? I was listening to a podcast. It was Soul Boom.
Yeah.
I hadn't been listening. It's been a while. There's some stuff going on with it, and I was like confused. And then I just hadn't been listening. And then
Okay, but is it good to listen or?
It's fine. It's fine to listen. I mean, there's nothing like necessarily problematic happening, other than if like you don't fuck with Rainn Wilson now because of his little attitude thing that he had going on.
And you know what? People got days.
But yeah, that was my thing about it too. I was like, first off, everyone has days. He does seem like one of those guys that does think his like he should be doing something bigger than Dwight Schrute.
Yeah.
Which is, unfortunate. But some people don't like to be typecasted. Some people don't like that. And some people are appreciative. But he clearly doesn't want to be tied down to that. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I respect that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's his feelings. So whatever. But
yeah, I would say I'm pretty good at separating
art from artists.
art from artists.
Yeah. And I don't really know when this is like when it's podcast based and it's like opinions and like the way you talk to people and treat people. I feel like they kind of go intertwined. But like I feel like on Soul Boom, he is a great host and he asks really good questions. And
I think the mission behind that whole podcast and his whole movement is like him doing things to be more of that person.
Yes.
So,
yes. And that's exactly it. Right. And that's what we talk about constantly. I feel like we're always talking about that. And I fucking went off the other day and I was telling you, I was so tired of people telling me how I am or like what they think that I feel and stuff like that because they don't know that. And nobody's giving me the opportunity to express that myself. They're just assuming things that about me based off maybe things I've said or done in the past, which is like, we are ever changing, are we not?
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway, so I'm listening to Soul Boom, and it's this, I think it's a more recent episode, so if you guys want to listen, it's about this guy, and he does like, I guess, he was giving information about, he first off, his whole mission was like interviewing the biggest people that he could. He wanted to interview Bill Gates and and that's basically his job now.
Yeah.
I've never heard of the guy, but whatever. He talks about persistence, whatever. He talks about like dopamine deficiency and like how more and more nowadays because of phones, which sounds very boomer, but like in general electronics.
Yeah, dopamine hits. That's like why they tell you not to do drugs.
Yeah, and this is like if you were to do drugs and then right when you went down you did the same drug over and over again. But they're basically saying like people who binge watch stuff right before they go to bed and then they wake up feeling kind of bad or like drained. It's because you fucking use so much dopamine while you were watching those shows when we were so used to, in the past, I should say, they were used to like watching a 30-minute show on TV when it came on.
And then having to wait a week.
Yeah, and then having to wait instead of like, 5 episodes came out, let's watch all 5 of them. Oh my God, that was so crazy. That was so good. Left on a cliffhanger, whatever it was. And then going to bed and then waking up and then you're like, wow, I fucking like last night, I guess I used everything that I had. And so now it's like depleted. But this is happening to kids now because obviously the younger they are, I mean, kids are using iPads and they're using TVs and they're using them the same way their parents are using them.
And social media, and that like correlates to like likes and follows. And
and all of these things are depleting your dopamine. And when you're like scrolling, and we've talked about doom scrolling, which is like almost the opposite, where it makes you feel really bad.
Yes.
But then it keeps you scrolling. And because you keep scrolling, you get those little dopamine hits in between where you're like sad and then you're like, oh my God, that video is so funny. And then you're like sad. And then you're like, and you're just like fucking up your chemicals. Like you're just jumping all these things. And when it's a little kid, they're finding that like the older they get and the younger they start with this stuff, they're having the craziest anxieties. So we used to like have like a plateau of depression and suicide rates and stuff. And then a few like maybe like 2009-ish, 2000 whatever, we've seen it increase, and it's only been increasing since, that these kids are killing themselves when they get to a certain age because they don't have any serotonin or, you know, all that stuff going through them because they used it all up. And it's like you only, like when you're a kid, I mean, it's literally like drugs. It's like that. And like when you do too much, you can send yourself into psychosis. Like you fuck up your chemicals and then your brain doesn't know how to go back to normal. And then you're fucked. And these kids are getting phones and iPads and shit at a really young age. And they're just like being sat in front. And no matter what show it is, even if it's educational, they're watching it for hours and hours and hours. and there's no eye contact really anymore. We're losing eye contact. We're losing socialization like in crazy high numbers because people would rather stay home. They talk about how like when people DoorDash or Uber Eats food, they always say leave at door. They never want to grab it from the people.
I was like, please, if I have to knock, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I remember driving and I remember being happy that they didn't want to see me. But at the same time, that's part of it. Like us not wanting to see these people, like strangers or not, like that was important for your mental well-being. And now we're doing less of that. And I just think that's really, it's really crazy when the numbers can tell you, you know?
Yeah.
And we just had that election and we saw that like a bunch of people killed themselves after. And I'm sure everything is in correlation. You know what I mean? We're having all these, like that was probably one of the biggest negative hits they could have gotten. And when you're depleted already, that doesn't help. You know, that just makes you feel like absolute garbage. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I've already been lowering my phone intake. You know, I'm not really on my phone when I'm at home. Yeah. But it does suck that like when maybe I should just fucking bring a book everywhere and force myself to like pick that up instead of my phone. But it's like on my breaks in between work or whatever, I'm scrolling because it's just like, easier to like pull out my phone for those 10 minutes.
Why don't you just download Libby and read a book online?
I actually have Libby. I do have Libby.
Well, open your Libby app.
Yeah, maybe I should. But yeah, it's just one of those things just in quantities.
Also Kindle. One of my friends our friend that was at the show with you, me, and our other friend. They have the Kindle app, the free version, and there's a ton of free books, and they just spend like most of their time just reading books on their phone.
That's cool. Yeah. But I like physical books. I don't like reading books on my phone. But I mean,
to solve your not needing to carry a book everywhere.
Yeah.
Just trying to help close the excuse sleep.
I appreciate that, but I really feel like I wouldn't open the app, or I just wouldn't do it. Because if it's on my phone, I'm opening it anyway to do something, I'm probably going to open something I'm used to opening. That's the whole point of those apps.
What if you had an e-reader?
And it's only just for reading? Yeah. I guess. But I don't know. I'd rather just get physical books at that point. I don't know though, because I like gripping a book, but
just grip your Kindle.
I grip it breaks.
Your Kindle has like book grabs.
You know, like when screens get damaged, it just has like thumbprints like in one spot. Yes, I don't know. Maybe I'll do that, but it's just one of those like in between things where I'm still finding myself scrolling or whatever and being really upset. Like we talked about it. It's like episodes ago, we were talking about that French woman who was assaulted and going to court. And now all the guys are going to court who were involved in it. And now, like, that comes up and I'm like, ugh. And it's like, it sucks because for me, it's one of those things where it's like, I do know a lot about this case or some of this case. So I am curious to what's going to happen to them. And I want them to go away for a really long time. And I want her to have justice. But at the same time, I want to scroll away because I don't want more negative stuff in my feed. Well, and is it negative or is it just something that happens in the daily world?
I was going to say, why don't you tweak your algorithm?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not that easy for me because I am like, I don't know if I'm just really empathetic to this woman or not, but every time she comes up, I feel like if I scroll away, like I'm not listening to her story.
But you know her story.
And but I feel really bad for her.
Okay, yeah, and as I hope all of us do as well.
Yeah,
but also you don't need it. You know it. It's in the back of your mind. You don't need to remember it every time. And then you can just be like updates. Just put not interested.
It's so hard to click not interested for me on that. Her video specifically is really hard for me right now to be like, but, you know, not interested.
Not interested just kind of removes that whole category off a little bit, and it'll still keep some of it in your feed. It's just not as prominent.
I don't know, because I was gonna say I feel like I have done that in the past, and at first it feels like it gets aggravated and just starts sending me more of that stuff.
Or you can just almost on every app you can reset your feed.
I'm not. Oh, really? You have to show me how to do that because I don't know how to do that. But
it's crazy when you do it because you're like, what is this?
Like,
it's like a
normie stuff.
It's
yeah.
Find very niche stuff. You're like, huh?
I'm sure.
I was gonna make a joke.
Go ahead.
Is that your partner's red flag in the corner?
That's so funny. It's my Farmers Union Workers of America flag.
Wow, very cute. She came and brought it, and now she's flying
I'm
it in the
flying
sky.
it, and you can like see there's like a little drawing
Oh,
of it, and then
yes.
the big one.
Nice.
And this is just like nailed to some wood because I mean this is original. This is from the fight.
Nice.
This is from the walks because my grandma was like, there's a photo my family has of my grandma and my grandma is like a little girl and they're standing with a bunch of other people, but right next to Cesar Chavez. I know some people don't fuck with that guy, but I'm just saying the facts that is of the photo. But yeah, so and they're standing next to him, and then this flag came from it. We have like pamphlets still that they used to hand out to get people to join and wanted the march and stuff, and then we have belt buckles.
Nice, very cool.
So yeah, just
historic stuff is cool.
Little history. I think it's really sick to have it in part of history, and like ever since I got it, I was just like, you know, obviously very proud to have it, and so yeah, I've always just kept it. In my last place, it was like in my room on the wall like that.
I love it.
So it's in here because I'm gonna put it up in here. Yes. I know when we were moving in, my partner was like, because I was like, I want to stick it outside, I want it to fly. But I was mostly joking because it's older and I obviously want to protect it. But
yes,
I was like, let's stick it outside, and he's like, maybe not, because I don't know if enough people know what that is. And like in this neighborhood or something, like what if, or in general, like what if some people don't know what it is and it's just this red flag with this bird on, or like an eagle on it. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I guess I might be mistaken for maybe something else, maybe if they don't know. Yeah. But I love it.
Very cool.
I love it. And I love my great grandma and my grandma.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I've been seeing, I don't know if it's because our last episode we're talking so much about Disney. Yeah. It was so many ads have been Disney on my phone now. Like Disney things, I'm getting Disney videos, but like Disney themed like Pandora stuff. And
they're like Christmas is coming.
Yeah, and like Disney, I don't know. You know I love the Muppets. So anything now, it's like colliding. My worlds are colliding. I didn't even know there was like Muppet stuff over there. Mm-hmm. And I was sending you videos. Mm-hmm. And now I'm upset because I didn't know they were there. Now they won't be there when I get a chance to go. Well, have you ever been to that?
To Disney World? No.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
I don't know the difference. I feel like every time I talk about them or every time I see a video, I'm like, I don't know what's what. Like, what's a California Adventure? What's Wonder World or whatever?
Disneyland and California Adventure is in Anaheim. Okay. Disney World is in Orlando, Florida.
That's the one the Muppets are at?
I believe so. And then there's Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Japan, sure, etc. And at the one in Florida, they have 5 parks. That's why it's like Disney World. It's like
Universal's is part of that.
No, it's a whole different thing.
That's Simpsons.
I love Universal too.
I've never been there either.
We should go.
I would love to go.
I haven't gone in like 10 years.
But that's Florida?
11. No, they have a Universal in Anaheim.
Do they have Simpsons there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got Harry Potter, Simpsons, Jurassic Park.
Well, Jurassic Park's okay, but I'm not really into Harry Potter.
It's a ride. It's a drop ride. It's fun.
The Jurassic Park or the Harry Potter?
I haven't been since Harry Potter was there. I don't even know what it is.
Oh, okay. But Simpsons has like the bar and like the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little ride.
I really want to go to that too.
Yes. Well, we can add it. It could be Disney, California, Hollywood.
That's so expensive to do all that.
It's not that bad.
Girl, you're wild. I can't do that. I don't think I could afford it. Come here, Mommy. I don't think I could afford that. My baby. It just sucks. All the Muppet stuff is in Florida.
Yeah, well,
I feel like
maybe we could look up Muppet stuff somewhere else, and we could.
Well, Jim Henson Creature Studio used to be in Hollywood, and now I don't know what they're doing with it. I think they're closing it. Used to be able to make a Muppet. Oh, I know. That's been my biggest fucking dream.
Is it still open right now?
I don't think so. I think the last time it was closing, but I don't know. Let me see.
Maybe it's one of those things where it's like closing soon and the store's still open for like a bunch of time later.
It says that you can go to Jim Henson's company studio, home of the Muppets, in Los Angeles, but it's not open to the public. So the easiest way is to go to Adventures by Disney Backstage Magic Tour.
Ooh.
The Hollywood-based studio themselves are historically important. Oh, Charlie Chaplin. I don't know. Jim Henson. $3,000.
That's a steal.
$3,000. The tour with Adventures by Disney isn't cheap. It costs around $3,000 per person, depending on the time of year. Oh, it's 6-day, 5-night trip, including behind the scenes at Disneyland. I don't know. I guess if it's that long, I guess.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
I'm looking at photos and it looks awesome. And
I bet it is. Ooh.
And have you been seeing the TikToks of people at the museum with the Jim Henson puppets and stuff, the Sesame Street, and it's been making me cry, bro. There's this one girl who she's dressed in Kermit, like in a Kermit bag, and then she's just holding this little Kermit, and she's staring at Kermit in the glass, like the original Kermit puppet.
Yeah,
and it's just like her eyes kind of like have like tears building in them.
Aww.
And to me, I relate to that a lot. Like I understand the love, so to me that like made my heart like oh,
yeah.
And so I started cheering up. And every time I see videos of people at the Muppet Museum, I just think to myself like they're living my dream.
Aww.
I want everything to do with the Muppets. I want Muppets to be in my life 1,000 jillion quadrillion %. If that was a thing, if I could have it in my blood, in my DNA, I would.
Okay,
but I can't because they're a physical
Who's your favorite
thing.
Muppet?
Kermit.
Okay, I assumed that, but I didn't want to assume. So I just wanted to give you the chance.
Well, I love him a lot. Gonzo's really, really cool too. But I think because of the history with Kermit, him being Jim Henson originally, and voiced by him and his favorite, and just all the love he gave to him, the way he's changed throughout time, and his like personality, and he's just so, and there's the songs he sings, and his voice is so special. I don't know. I just like, I'm gonna cry right now thinking about Kermit.
Is Kermit on your cake?
No, but Animal is.
Okay.
Animal definitely is. Something about him all crazy and his hair. Yeah, I don't know. I really do love all the puppets so much. And like, there's this video I saw and it made me cry. And like, when I tell you, you're gonna be like, what? But it's like people at some, I don't know if it's like it was during Halloween or something, and it was like at Hollywood, like in Hollywood, or if it was in Disneyland or wherever it was. But they had Muppets, and they hired like Muppet people, like Muppeteers.
Yeah.
And they had the 3 chickens. They had 3 chickens on this hay bale, and there's one like going like this to the music, like rocking back and forth, and the other one's like going crazy. It was like so cute to me. It made me cry because I just fucking love puppets, bro.
Yeah.
Puppets dancing too. It's like my favorite. Their arms like flailing. That's my favorite thing in the entire world that I could think of. And I don't know why that. I feel like it's kind of a dying thing. Like a lot of people don't use puppets anymore. But like the Where the Wild Things Are movie, I don't know if you've ever seen that, the live action one.
No, I haven't seen it.
All Muppets though.
Okay.
The suits are giant
I love that
suits.
book, though. Yeah.
And it's like, it looks just like the characters in the books.
Nice,
and it
that's
looks
awesome.
so fucking cool. And they're also like, their suits are also at the museum. And I just... Gonzo's great too. Like, you've seen Gonzo when he like, you've seen any of the Muppet movies?
Mm-mm.
You never seen Muppet Christmas Carol?
Mm-mm.
I watched that one on Christmas. Near Christmas.
Cute.
That's a good one. We should watch that one when it comes around, because that's my favorite. I mean, it's just a Christmas Carol or a Christmas story, but it's Muppets.
Just you and me.
Yeah, it can be just oops.
Finally.
Some hot chocolate.
Some hot strawberry milk. I'm just kidding.
Did you see that video of the guy shotgunning the chocolate milk?
Showed it to me. You showed it to me.
So funny. Is there anything else you want to tell our listeners or talk about?
Not that I can think of. Just that I love Callie. And
Callie's here under mic. Melmy's over there.
Say, what's up? Tell the dogs, check out my Thea and Mom's podcast. They're amazing.
She's sniffing. He's so cute. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna leave us with a quote, if that's okay.
Oh, of course. Thanks for asking for consent.
Of course, we're big around that right now. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
Oh, I love
Kermit.
That. Oh, I love it even more. Oh, she's crying, guys.
Anyway, thanks for joining us in the abyss. Have a great day, evening, and night.
Bye.